global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Previously, if you check our feeds, we brought us a news about Hope Uzodinma getting worried, worked up about the death and burial of Abba Kyari, and he went further to promise Imolites and the world generally, that Nigerian generally, that Abba Kyari will be immortalized in Imo State. He will immortalize Abba Kyari, and Immolites, who will ensure that Immolites do same. Well, the process has begun. In fact, it began in earnest. According to him, he said Abba Kyari is a gentleman and a man who works so hard, assiduously. He's a passionate man. In fact, Abba Kyari, single-handedly, ensured that he was reinstated as the governor of Imo State, and he wanted the best for Imo State and for Imolites, and he had promised that Abba Kyari will be immortalized in Imo State, and he will ensure that Imolites also do same. Well, the process has begun as the governor have decided to do what he thinks is best for Abba Kyari, in memory of Abba Kyari, in remembrance of Abba Kyari, such that Immortalize will never forget who Abba Kyari is, and maybe Abba Kyari is the son of Imo State. Time will tell, but let's find out what Governor Hope Uzodinma has finally done that will make history this time around. Each time Imo State keep having governor, they keep having historical governors, I must say. But for Hope Uzodinma, he had decided to change Imo State University. I'm talking about renaming Imo State University as Malam Abba Kyari University. Wow. The other time, Hope was Okorocha, that's Owele Rogers Okorocha, did a lot of honor of status, and even did for Zuma. I was not wondering, Zuma is in an Imolite, he said he wanted history to be found in Imo State, and those Zuma status was actually in billions of naira. Now Abba Kyari Uzodinma has begun his own. Of all the names in the world to choose, is Abba Kyari University, Malam Abba Kyari University. I guess Abba Kyari served only Imolites. Let's continue with the news and hear for yourself. This was actually reviewed via a statement signed and released today, by the Chief Press Secretary and his media advisor to the governor. I'm talking about Uguweke Nwachukwu. The governor made this call when the management staff of the university, led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adeobi Obasi, paid him a visit at the executive chambers of Imo State Government House. The governor went on to say that Malam Abba Kyari played a pivotal role in the liberation of Imo State, and no gesture is too big for a man who died as a patriot. You can imagine. So Imo State was actually in bondage until Hope Uzodinma came and brought hope to Imo State, and it was kudos to Abba Kyari, who have finally liberated Imo State. Based on what Uzodinma is saying, this is almost a joke. Honestly, I'm getting. We are taking politics a bit too far here. What kind of statement is this, that Imolites were actually bondage? I don't get it. He came to liberate Imo State. Really? Let's continue. Let's keep hearing what the press secretary said. He said the governor also said that consultations are actually on the way with relevant stakeholders both in the education sector and in the state to critically look at the situation and take a decision. The governor urged the management staff of IMSU, that's Imo State University, to live up to expectation, while pointing out that his administration is very committed to quality education in the state, and that Imo State University as the epicenter cannot be left behind. Even if you are so interested in quality education, why must you change the university name? As in, what's the correlation between changing of the name of the university to quality education? For you to give quality education or to support the university, you must change it from Imo State University to Abba Kyari, Malam Abba Kyari University in Biafra land. It's getting hilarious by the day. This is the kind of joke we saw during the time of Rogers, where other states are moving ahead, moving forward. Rogers Okorocha was busy building a Zuma status, saying that he's bringing history in Imo State. Well, it is 4 years is quite far, and it's already playing. So when you come to Imo State, it will look as if an extension of the north. Really, how many universities really have the north really named? Have Nnamdi Azikiwe University, how many of them are in the north? How many names bear? Let's be real here. I'm not against giving a name, okay? I'm not against if the man was a man of virtue, if the man had done Nigeria proud, okay? If the man have done even Imolites proud, why? That's a way of honoring him. But the question is, what did Abba Kyari really do? I'm not trying to be, I'm taking away ethnicity here. I don't want to be a bigot. I'm not an ethnic bigot here. I'm not practicing bigotry here. I'm trying to be as objective as I can. Okay, when you begin to name a school after a great man, there must be some features, some great achievement he has done to warrant that changing a name of a university, a state university for that matter, that is very synonymous, like saying Imo State University. That's to show you that this university is in Imo State, showcasing the state university. There's none right like that in Imo State right now. That's the only school that bears Imo State University, and you're changing it totally to Malam Abba Kyari University. For what really? That he was the president of Nigeria? I don't get it. When we begin to reason things, let's be objective. The better thing, if you feel he has done you proud, by reinstating you now, because I don't understand how reinstating you as the governor of Imo State affects Imo State. That you should, if you want to immortalize him as your person, we've got no problem with that. There's what we call freedom of choice. That's your choice, but you don't superimpose your choice on Imolites. Now that is, you are now infringing on their human rights. You can't superimpose their choice. If it's your choice because you like Abba Kyari is like a god to you and you want to worship him, there's no problem with that. But the challenge now is you mustn't, as a rule, immortalize and insist that Imolites should immortalize him. Well, Imolites have really entered it this time, but the most important, the funniest part is 4 years is really a long time. But let's still continue and hear what he totally said. He eventually said, the university management, through the vice chancellor, commended the governor for a job well done so far. She also called on all and sundry to support His Excellency to succeed. It is yet to be seen how stakeholders and the people of Imo State will react to this recent development. It's barely 48 hours that Abba Kyari was, buried, and Imo State University is about to be renamed Malam Abba Kyari University. Wow, what other surprises are Imolites expecting from Hope Uzodinma? I would have said, for me, it's a tall order, but then it's not for us. It's not for me to react. It's for Imolites to either accept, because I would have expected that, yes, you're suggesting, but eventually Imolites should have a final say. All stakeholders involved should have a final say. But okay, let's hear what Nigerians are saying generally. Say, please, you shouldn't spoil people's certificate by giving the university a name unrecognizable beyond the present APC government. They're thereby arbitrarily labeling the graduate products of an unknown vocational institution. That's a strong point, But let's continue. Let's feel the pulse of others as well. This one here says, Uzodinma and his sense be like a dog that far apart. This one here says, what do you expect? Of course, he's acting against the wishes of the people. Lies can live for a while, but not for too long. He will fail. There are those that robbed Imo their governor. Weeping will endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. This one here is telling us, if you want to die, just go to Aso Rock. Nnamdi Kanu Uzo was Aso Rock last week. Very funny. I don't understand what this one is trying to say. So without even verifying, I don't understand. Why would he want to, carry out this and all that? But let's continue. This one here is saying, don't let the news bother you. If you know the story of Edinwago, when he died, all those with his hand staffs had to throw it away, and Imo State Governor, as the puppet of Abba Kyari, will vacate the seat for the duly elected governor of Imo State. The governor is a fool. Is Abba Kyari from Imo State? That's the same question I asked. Is Abba Kyari from Imo State? Well, let's continue though. Is Imo State University a federal university? What's our business with Abba Kyari? What a useless and nonsensical decision ever. You see, I didn't say I didn't read all this commentary before even saying mine, but I don't see the collaboration really. If you want to immortalize him as a governor, as a friend to Abba Kyari, probably because he reinstated you, probably because you have personal relationship with him, I would have thought that you should look for something personal, not something that will affect Imolites directly. You should look for something personal and do the needful. But using the Imo State property just to pacify him is so very wrong. But let's still feel the pulse of Nigerians here. For me, Uzodinma, I hope Uzodinma would have looked for a personal property, maybe one of his house that he put Uzodinma Villa or something, make it Abba Kyari Villa, or turn one of his children's name, if any of his children that turned one of the children's name to Abba Kyari or something. Look for his male child and call the male child Malam Abba Kyari to show that he loves and immortalizes him, so that each time he calls the son's name, it will remind him of the love for Abba Kyari. Imagine, instead of you looking for a university that this Imolites may not even appreciate it, but if you want to immortalize him, want to appreciate Abba Kyari, you want Abba Kyari to live long in your memory, you want to idolize Abba Kyari, even your wife's name, you can turn it to Abba Kyari. Yes, you can just make, instead of calling her name, just give her Malam Abba Kyari, your son's name Abba Kyari, so that Abba Kyari will just be reigning around you, so that you immortalize him. It's not really fair imposing your love and your immortalization upon Imolites. I feel it's not fair. That's really my opinion, because you're also where your right stops, that's where another man's right begins. So to me, he's infringing on the rights of Imolites. But that's my view. That's totally my view. But I also feel that other views online is in sync with mine, just maybe different, or it could even be more stronger. Please, let's go to a comment section. What do you think about this latest development of Hope Uzodinma trying to change, or is already at the verge on consultation of changing Imo State University to Malam Abba Kyari University? So, which means some of these graduates from Imo State University, they may not know, but probably in the next 2-3 years, Abba Kyari University may be sounding like a vocational university, like one of the correspondents says, not knowing that it's actually Imo State University. Let's interact. Don't also forget to like, share, and subscribe to our